Hello, Facebook. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It is Monday, April 12th, and it looks like I'm officially live here. And I never know when the live actually kicks in, but it is April 12th. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I appreciate it. Thank you, everybody, for the birthday wishes this weekend. I had an amazing, amazing birthday, like really awesome birthday weekend. So thank you, everybody, for those wishes. And thank you, everybody who celebrated with me. It was celebrated all weekend. It was great. Saw a lot of good friends, past and present. So, all right. So it is Monday, April 12th. About just before 10 o'clock. Just before 10 o'clock. The weather this weekend was outstanding. Our garden dining was open. Jamie worked very hard planting flowers out there, getting all the planters going. We got some new tables and chairs in. Ellenville Streets is opening this weekend. It was supposed to open last weekend. Hopefully it'll open this weekend, weather permitting. Ellenville Streets is where our block on Canal Street is closed off for vehicular traffic, and you can then the restaurants can put tables out, and we can do outdoor dining and things like that, and have a little mini street festival fair, fun food, whatever. Shadowland usually gets some music together. Puts a band out there, a musician like Brian Gordon or Albee, Julie Corrales. So that's really awesome. That was really amazing last year. So hopefully we can continue and move forward. Jamie and I have a lot of really cool things that we're going to do on the streets. We don't want to, we're not going to announce it yet, but if you've been in the restaurant, you've probably seen some of the equipment and stuff that's going to go out there and some of the cool things that we're going to put out front. We'll tell you if you're in here. I just don't want to officially announce it without like saying, hey, we're doing it. I want to put a video of us doing it. Some really cool things. So we're totally going to take advantage of the streets being closed for traffic and open for dining. We were very busy this weekend, extremely busy. Our staff did an amazing job. We have some new faces coming in to the restaurant to work, so welcome them. They are coming in. We're actually looking for staff as well. We sent an email out yesterday saying that if you know somebody that that you can recommend, we would actually throw you, I think, a $25 gift card. If you recommend somebody who will follow through with the interview, just come through. Then we don't have to even hire them. Just have to come in for a personal interview, and we'll give you $25. If they stay on for 6 months, then we'll throw you a $150 gift card. So if you know anybody, we're really looking for kitchen staff. That's one of the hardest positions for us to find. Which is really where I'm going with this Facebook Live today. Some of the crazy stuff that us restaurateurs put up with, deal with, are subjected to. So the title of this video is, why would the neighbor do this? Now, this is not a story. This didn't happen to me. This happened to a friend of mine. We have a lot of friends who own restaurants, and we share our stories. So a friend recently told me, I saw on their Facebook page, and I called them and said, what was that post about your neighbor, being basically a jerk? And he goes, Marcus, you won't believe this. He goes, my neighbor came in, eats at my restaurant, and 2 weeks ago, they had my mussel dish, mussel, chorizo, and tomatoes. Very popular combination. And we do it here at the restaurant sometimes too. And he goes, he loved the dish. Said it was the best meal he's ever eaten. Loved it. Came back 2 weeks later, and we don't have the mussels anymore. We switched to clams. We just thought it was a better fit for the clams, easier to get, whatever. He goes, we switched to clams. Well, he didn't like the clams. He thought the mussels were a much better combination. Now, 2 weeks ago when he was in, he did not leave any reviews online, but it was the best meal he's ever eaten. Now he doesn't like the combination of the clams, chorizo, and tomatoes, which go together just fine, by the way, totally acceptable. And because he doesn't like it, he goes on Google and leaves a 2-star review. And I said to my friend, I said, is he really your neighbor? Like your neighbor, like where you live? And he goes, Marcus, him and I share the same fence line. So I'm like, okay, so he's your neighbor. I was like, do you guys get along? And he goes, he's borrowed my lawnmower before. Like, we're friendly, like we talk. And I said, I can't believe. He goes, I couldn't either. That's why I called him out on Facebook. I snapshot the Google 2-star review, and I posted it because, like, you're my neighbor. Like, just come talk to me. You don't have to like the clams, but you had the best meal ever 2 weeks ago. You didn't write anything on social media, and now all of a sudden you don't like my combination, and you're giving me a 2-star review publicly, and you're my neighbor. You borrow my lawnmower. It's like we share the same fence line. And he goes, after I called him out, he took the review down. He goes, but it's just, I'm like, this is the kind of stuff that happens. It's just crazy what people actually do. And then he told me another story where there's 3 people sitting down at a table, and one of the guys looks at the menu, the menu is not that big here. Was the line cook lazy? And so the waitstaff told him, and he goes over to the table and he goes, hello. And being the owner, goes, I'm the line cook. Do I look lazy? And he saw the people at the table, 2 guys just put their head down like, oh my gosh, like, why did our friend say something? Like, why did he say something? Because now we're being embarrassed. We're being called out. The owners at the table saying, am I lazy? And then he explains to them, try getting staff during COVID, during this pandemic. Try getting staff in here. Try doing what we're doing. Of course, we had to narrow our menu down. Same thing with us. The other night we had a couple in, and they were telling the waitstaff that our menu is lacking flavor. Our menu's lacking flavor. So I go to the table and I said, I understand you're not having a good time tonight. Well, we've been here before, and your menu's just not the same. It's lacking flavor. I said, it's lacking flavor. They go, yeah, there used to be more things on the menu. I said, oh, you're right. There used to be more things on the menu. But with COVID happening and very little staff happening in the beginning and still hard to get staff, we had to find a sweet point of our menu based upon our staff. But it's not that we don't have flavor in our menu. We shortened our menu down. And maybe one of the choices this person was looking for 2 years ago wasn't there anymore. So we rearranged our menu. We lowered the prices. We try to offer, we try to offer our best sellers still. And we think we're doing a great job. But to this person's like, just like, and then they go up and unscrew the light bulb on top of their table, like, so it's dark in this part of the dining room. Like, it's just, I don't know, if I got I have a lot of opinions and stuff like this. When you're going out to eat, you're going out to eat. Some of the crazy things that we put up with during COVID from people, just expecting things right away. And folks, it's not the same. Kitchen staffs, labor, everything's not the same. We're not in the same situation. We're not doing nearly the same revenue we were doing 2 years ago when I had 18 tables inside. I have 7 tables inside, 6 tables inside my restaurant right now. So if you look at my a la carte business, it's suffered severely. I can't afford all the staff and I can't afford all the food. Neither can many other restaurants afford that if they are truly following the mandated guidelines. And I know some restaurants are not following mandated guidelines. I hear this all the time from guests. I walk into places, the bars are packed, the restaurant's packed, there's no social distancing. Every restaurant's different with how they want to handle, how they follow mandates and guidelines and this and that. I know for me, for us to follow, if we get caught doing anything, I don't even get caught. You don't even need to get caught anymore, because anybody can call the liquor authority now. Anybody can call the health department now and say, this business, so-and-so, they weren't social distancing. This business allowed, a party larger than 10. They allowed 11 people. And now the agency, the New York State agency, like the liquor authority, whatever, the health department, they don't even conduct an investigation. They just basically send you the fine, tell you have a hearing date, and pull your liquor license right away if it's severe enough. But you don't even have a hearing yet, and they're subjecting you to all this. And they don't even conduct an investigation yet, just because hearsay and somebody actually called and did this. It's literally crazy. So for us, we only have 7 tables inside. I don't have a big kitchen staff like we used to have. I would love to have that, but we don't. And a lot of other restaurants are in the same situation. So when you go to a restaurant, folks, just be patient. Really just be patient. It's really crazy what some people think. And you know what? Some people that go into restaurants, and if you're not comfortable going out because of COVID, don't go out. Some people walk in, and I know for us, like a couple weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, a couple walked in and goes, we want that table in the corner there, because it's a good table. I'm like, well, you don't have a reservation. We have reservations coming, and there's going to be tables like coming in around you. Oh, that's not any good. Well, if you're that person that's totally freaked out by going into a building like a restaurant or Walmart or ShopRite, then there's options for you now. There's other businesses have adapted to takeout delivery. There's companies like Instacart where you can do all your shopping from Walmart and get it delivered to you. So there's options for everything. But to go in to make a business absolutely crazy, be, because you're overly cautious, not saying it's right or wrong, um, you need to gauge that for yourself and then decide where you're going and what you're doing, or how you're going to actually treat employees at a place. Super, super important how you treat employees and what your perception is. So my buddy was like, I walked right over to the table and said, I'm the line cook, and do I look lazy? So, I mean, people say things a lot of times before they actually think. So the crazy stuff that us restaurateurs deal with, it's never ending. And so, all right, this week, it's week 15 of 2021. This week's special is chicken teriyaki. We've never done chicken teriyaki, I don't think. We've done Thai peanut chicken, but we're doing chicken teriyaki, $9.99 with organic brown rice and broccoli. It's a complete meal, $9.99 to go all week. We're still going to do our two ribeye steaks, bottle of wine, $34.99. It's normally a $70 value. If you were to sit down and consume that here, it's a $70 value. So we're giving you 50% off. Amazing, amazing deal. The wines are really top notch too in there, really top notch. Movia Wine Dinner tonight. Movia Wine Dinner. Movia is an amazing winery in Slovenia, just an hour over the Italian border. Slovenia up in the northeastern part of Italy. Slovenia and Italy border each other. You go an hour over, like going from like here to like Rockland County, very close. Just an hour over is this vineyard, Movia. Ales and his family have been making amazing wine for several generations. Very natural wines. When you talk about the natural wine movement, Ales is on the forefront of the natural wine movement. Very, very conscious about adding any of those even approved additives to the wines. Makes things that have the lifeblood of the wine still in it, which are the lees, the yeast. If you drink Hefeweizen, and you see the bartender or you pour Hefeweizen yourself, you notice at the very end of the bottle, out comes the sediment. The sediment, that's the dead yeast, that's the lees. Well, he makes a lot of his wines with the lees on, so you cannot pour that into the wine. It's not suggested you pour it into the wine. So you have to stand the bottle upright for 4 days before you open it. He has a bottle of sparkling wine, champagne, that you have to leave upside down for 3-4 days before you open it because the sediment's still in there. But it's the life of the wine is in there. And most people at home would never even know how to open the wine. Most restaurants would have no clue on how to open these wines and serve these wines and sell these wines and explain these wines. So these wines don't go to many restaurants at all. And the restaurants that do understand the wine, the importer actually has a special tool for us to open the bottles of sparkling. And I did a Facebook Live on this last night when we got back, because that's what I wanted to drink for my birthday, was a bottle of Puro. There was a malfunction with the little latch on there, but I ended up getting it open. So tonight, Alessandro and I are going to be opening that. We're going to be opening the Lunar, which is his Chardonnay, which has all the sediment in it, which we have to take out and filter out. So wines go through an extensive filtering and fining process. And when you take away the filtering and fining process, you take away the structure and the lifeblood of the wine. So the longer you can keep those together, the longer the wine will age, the better the wine will be, the quality, everything, the structure, everything. But the problem is, at home, most home people don't know how to do this. Most restaurateurs don't know how to do this. Most wine captains, most waitstaff would never know how to open and serve these wines. So they handpick where these wines actually go to. So we're really happy that we've been working with Movia for 5-6 years. Really some amazing wines. The Pinot Grigio, slightly pink, little skin contact when they press it. So we have 4 wines from Movia tonight. These wines are almost 3 times the price of our normal wines on our wine dinner, so that's why I have to do $35 tonight. Jamie, what do we have, like 4 seats left?
Yes.
Maybe 4 seats left for tonight. So if you want in, Alessandro and I are going to put on a show that you will not see at any other restaurant. The importer only had 45 tools, 45 of these crowbar. I call them a crowbar. It's a crowbar wine opener. They only made 45, so that means it's only 45 restaurants in the 3-area state here, New Jersey, Connecticut, Massachusetts, New York, actually got one of these tools to open this bottle of wine properly. So we have one. We've been working with Movia for years. Ale's the owner, actually personally showed me how to open it. And his daughter Ella, I've opened many bottles with her in New York City. So Check it out tonight. Movia, 4 seats left. We're sending out an email in a few minutes. We're actually going to have in that email, if you're on our email list, a video of Ale's opening the bottle of Puro. And it's the same thing that Alessandro and I are going to do tonight here at the restaurant. We're going to be opening it just like that. We don't have the opener with the crystal in it. That's his special one. But he talks about that in the video that we're going to be sending out on our email. So if you're on our email list, go check that out. We're going to be sending out any moment. And Jim is saying, my camper is in Connecticut. Jim's camper is in Connecticut. Can't wait for you to come pick up your camper, Jim, and stop on through again. So, all right, folks, thanks for tuning in. We really appreciate the support. Really appreciate the support. We wouldn't be here without you. I have to go, the smoker's on right now. I have to go put some stuff in the smoker. Maybe we'll do a little video of what we're smoking today. Oh, we're doing a fun contest. Go to our Facebook page. Did you pin that post up top? Okay. So there's a post pinned up top. For Jamie's 200th live episode of Cocktail Time, we did a contest. $25 gift card? $25 gift card. Go and comment. We'll randomly pick later. However, one of my assistants has this great program that randomly picks people. So you don't have to have a right answer to win. That's the cool thing. Just go drop a comment and tag somebody in there, and you can enter to win, and we'll pick that through this random tool to pick names. But Jamie does Facebook Lives 2, 3, 4 days a week. She just celebrated episode 200. So check that out. Around 4-ish weekdays. Sometimes she'll go on the weekend as well. So, all right. All right, folks, thanks for tuning in, and we'll talk to you later. Check out our email to check out Ale's opening that bottle. And there are videos of me as well opening it. One of the things that I ask when you order a bottle of that here at the restaurant is that take out your camera, video away, put it on Facebook Live, do whatever, show people how impressive or how cool this bottle of Movia Puro is. So a lot of the wine reps who we deal with, they're like, oh, you have the Puro, you have Movia, you have Puro. Like all the wine professionals, all the wine salespeople, they all know Movia and they know just how exclusive it is. And they're like, oh, you do that? Oh, wow. So even turns ahead of other wine reps, wine professionals. All right.